Welcome inside of the Dynasty Draft Room, and this is the first episode of the Draft Seminar. My name is Matt Hicks, and I am joined by John Lobb, the Gridiron Scholar, and class is officially in session. We are going to talk about Justin Herbert today, and we are going to give you a 6-minute snapshot of Justin Herbert's NFL Draft and Fantasy Football profile. So John, with that being said, we're going to jump right into things here. And why don't you give us a background to Justin Herbert, the quarterback out of Oregon?
Absolutely, my friend. Now, I have watched this young man grow and play a ton because I play college fantasy football. And I actually picked him up in a keeper league when he was a freshman. And the Ducks weren't very good 4 years ago. They were 4-8. Now, he stayed his senior year on campus to play with his brother. And he led the Ducks to a 12-2 record, Pac-12 champs, and Rose Bowl championship against Wisconsin, my friend. I have watched this young man play a ton of college football. Now, he finished his campus tenure second all-time in passing yards with 10,541 and in touchdowns with 95, trailing only Marcus Mariota. At Oregon, he was the 219 Campbell Trophy winner for on-field performance, charitable endeavors, and academics. He also is a biology major with a 4.01 GPA. This young man has made the absolute most of himself on this campus, and he has performed so well as a football player. I'm really excited about this young man in the NFL. I have enjoyed him on the college gridiron.
Absolutely, yeah. Very exciting player here. I like what you said. He really made a lot out of himself. I think that really feeds into the leadership skills that have been debated whether he does or does not have. I absolutely do think that he does have that, and of course played for his hometown team and really helped bring Oregon back into the national landscape here. So John, why don't you bring us a little bit through Justin Herbert here as a 4-year starter for the Ducks. So why don't you work us through his college stats?
They're really pretty good. Now, they're not Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts good. Those numbers in the Oklahoma system were off the charts. But when you consider that you're looking at a young man, he played in 43 career games for the Ducks. I love that number. I'm searching for over 30 in my benchmark. Now, he falls a little short in career passing efficiency. I like 155. He has 153.1. But because he started early on a team that wasn't great, I think the numbers are down a little bit. But he's close to the threshold. His completion percentage is a career of 64%. Now, his upticked in the last 2 seasons, and it really jumped as a senior. I like that. I'm looking for 65, but for a young man who's played 43 career games, I'm okay with 64. His yards per attempt, he hits my threshold, 8.2 during his career. I really like this. This young man was not afraid to throw the football down the field. I love his intelligence, his touchdown to interception ratio, 95-23. I'm looking for 3-1. He cleared it. I like that a lot. Now, I really looked at this year. I now have an escapability score. Now, this is coming off of watching film, looking at athletic ability, and I'm looking for quarterbacks who can escape pressure, they can buy time in the pocket, and they can convert a first down with their legs. I've given Justin Herbert a B+ in escapability score, and he has 560 career rushing yards. Hey, his on-field performance indicates a first-round draft pick, my friend.
I love it. I love it. So, John, that was a really good introduction to his stats and background. And now what we're going to go ahead and do, you can listen to this on our podcast feed, but you can also watch our videos on YouTube. And if you're watching the video stream on YouTube here, I pulled up a little bit of a highlight clip. Don't worry, if you're listening through the podcast, I'm going to talk you through it. But we're going to run through about 1-minute breakdown here on Justin Herbert and some of his best traits. A quick note here, we are watching this at 75% speed. So if you're watching on YouTube and you think things look a little bit slower, I did do that on purpose. So we are going to go ahead and pull that up right now. We are going to, all right, here we go. So, Justin Herbert, quarterback out of Oregon, like John mentioned here. We're going to start off with his ball placement skill. I think it's one of his most underrated features. He consistently puts the ball in a place where his receivers can get it and others can't. One thing John alluded to here is his ability to extend the play. He is both athletic and mobile. Oregon ran designed runs for him, but he is also able to extend the pocket, and that ability to buy extra time is one of the most key factors here in the modern day NFL offense. I think that's one reason coaches are really going to fall in love with him. And of course, potentially his best trait is his arm strength. He can throw the ball 50 yards with ease, and I've seen him push it closer to 60, 65 yards, and I referenced it earlier, but he does have a pure athleticism trait that he's often not credited for, but at 6'6", 237, for him to move the way that he does is truly an asset, and that is our film breakdown on the strengths of Justin Herbert. John, do you either want to add in some weaknesses to balance that out, or any strengths that I missed?
Absolutely, my friend. So first thing you notice when you watch film, 6'6", 237 pounds. I mean, we're talking about idyllic size in the NFL. His tools are so impressive. Now, the one thing that bothers me about Justin Herbert, the film study and game logs do not always match his potential and raw skills. He is a perplexing prospect. Hey, watch that Wisconsin game, my friends. He gives you everything in there that you love about him and that can be frustrating about him. But look, he has the quick release and the arm strength that the NFL is going to absolutely fall in love with. He easily launches those passes from different arm angles. And my friend Matt said it perfectly. He buys times with his legs and he extends the plays. However, there are some things I'm worried about on film. He doesn't appear to be an intense anticipatory thrower, and he stares down targets too often. Now, that's a little bit of the system. I think the Ducks had him look to one side of the field very often. You don't see him scanning east to west and looking for his third check down. Now, he also suffered a broken femur and a collarbone, so we're going to have to wait till we see the medicals on him. Now, there is a wide range of professional outcomes. And I really mean this. Is he Blake Bortles or Carson Wentz? I think that's the floor and the ceiling. He could be special in the right system with the right coaching staff. I have a first-round grade on him. I do not believe he falls past number 6 in the draft. We'll see what happens. I'm going to lean towards he's more Carson Wentz than Blake Bortles, my friend.
John, I think you summed it up very well. The only thing I'll add is in our grading system here at the Dynasty Draft Room, which is an average of 3 different analysts watching at least 3 different games. I can tell you with Justin Herbert, we have closer to 15 or 16 different film sessions. We graded him out at an 81.3, which for us projects him to be a mid-level starter in the NFL. With that being said, that is our draft seminar class on Justin Herbert, the quarterback out of Oregon. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That is the Dynasty Draft Room. Or you can subscribe on YouTube, the Dynasty Draft Room. Make sure you follow John on Twitter at GridironScholar91. I am at the FF_educator, and I would be remiss if I did not mention that our graphics are partly provided by Mark Mathick at MasterJune70 on Twitter as well. John, I appreciated facilitating this lesson on Justin Herbert with you, and I look forward to doing the next one. So pencils down, and class is officially over.